In Lumberton, it's best not to look too closely. Behind every white picket fence, there's a monster chewing through the wallpaper, or at least something unsettling enough to make you wonder why the lawn is so perfectly trimmed. In Blue Velvet, David Lynch takes a postcard-perfect 1950s America and scratches the surface with a rusty nail, just enough to show the ants crawling underneath. Literal ants. If one looks a little closer at this beautiful world, there are always red ants underneath, Lynch once said. And his wide-eyed protagonist, Jeffrey Beaumont, does exactly that. A college kid who comes home to care for his sick father. Jeffrey finds a human ear in the grass, and instead of calling the police and going back to his milkshake, he follows the ear, right into a nightmare stitched together with velvet and gas fumes. The ear isn't just a clue, it's a portal. A grotesque Alice in Wonderland invitation into the underworld of his own hometown. The deeper Jeffrey goes, the more blurred his moral compass becomes. He's not exactly dragged into darkness. He walks in, curious, maybe a little thrilled. As one viewer put it, "You're like me," says Frank to Jeffrey. And it's almost like Lynch is speaking directly to us. You want to see what's behind the curtain, don't you? Even if it's going to hurt. Enter Frank Booth. A villain so unhinged, so violently theatrical, that even Dennis Hopper supposedly told Lynch, "I am Frank Booth." Gas-huffing, obscenity-screaming, and obsessed with Pabst Blue Ribbon and Roy Orbison, he's not just a bad guy. He's pure ID in a black leather jacket. One viewer nailed it. Hopper was never sicker, and somehow, that's a compliment. But Blue Velvet isn't just darkness and dread. It's funny, in that uniquely Lynchian way where you're not sure whether to laugh or check under the couch. Dean Stockwell lip-syncing to In Dreams in a satin robe under a dirty lamp might be the strangest scene in a film full of contenders. It's both hilarious and terrifying, like vaudeville from the Twilight Zone. Then there's Dorothy Valens, played by Isabella Rossellini in a performance so raw it almost burns. She's not just a damsel in distress. She's trauma incarnate, a torch singer with bruises hidden under her blue velvet dress and pain in every note she sings. Her scenes aren't easy to watch, but they're impossible to forget. Rossellini doesn't play a victim. She plays a woman trapped in something that looks a lot like hell and occasionally sounds like lounge music. Jeffrey, meanwhile, isn't a hero. He's a stand-in for us, the curious, slightly voyeuristic observer who goes too far. His relationship with Sandy, Laura Dern, all sunshine and sincerity, is the film's last thread of innocence. She's the girl next door who believes robins bring hope. He's already seen too much to believe in birds. One viewer described it perfectly. It looks and feels as though we're watching the world through a special enchanted or cursed prism. And that's exactly what Blue Velvet is, a prism. A distorted lens that turns the ordinary into the grotesque, the familiar into something you can't quite name. The diner, the staircase, the nightclub. Every location grows more sinister the longer we linger. The film is full of contradictions. It's a noir without trench coats. A coming-of-age story where the awakening is traumatic. A horror film with bubblegum visuals and doo-wop songs. Lynch doesn't just blend genres. He grinds them up and rearranges the pieces until you're not sure what kind of movie you're watching. Only that you can't look away. The colors are electric, the composition's painterly. Not surprising for a director who's also a painter. And Angelo Badalamente's score hums underneath everything like a lullaby with teeth. The Blue Velvet isn't just fabric, it's a symbol of longing, secrecy, eroticism, decay. It hides as much as it reveals. Some say Blue Velvet is about the duality of man. Others see it as a twisted fairy tale, a parable of sexual awakening, or a murder mystery with delusions of grandeur. The truth? All of the above. Or maybe none. Lynch doesn't give us answers. He hands us a severed ear and dares us to listen. By the end, you might not fully understand what you've seen, but you'll feel it. In your bones, your gut, your nerves. This is cinema that doesn't ask for your interpretation. It pulls you in and makes you complicit, as if to say, you came here looking for something. Well, here it is. Blue velvet might be strange, uncomfortable, even revolting, but it's also hypnotic, unforgettable, and, let's be honest, kind of beautiful. In the way a fire is beautiful. Right before it burns down the house,